Hello, I'm Tony.
I'm Louie.
And this is Talking During the Movie.
It's the Talking During the Movie podcast with your hosts, Louis Gravance and Tony Whitten.
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
So, two in a row.
A good turnaround.
Bam, bam. Yeah, well, we promised that we would do this one. So, when we make a promise,
Well, we went completely off the rails last time.
But I think that was a lot of fun.
I think it was good. It was a purge. It was good.
I think our fellow viewers, talkers, if you will, fellow talkers, enjoy that sort of thing. Yeah, that's what makes us us.
Right.
You know, I mean, anyone can review movies and stuff. So maybe
and
that's
the studio looks
shtick.
great.
Yeah, we brush it up just a little bit.
Chad, our intern, is doing a fabulous job.
Doing a fabulous job. Although I asked him to get me some Dunkirk action figures. Sometimes we have some set dressing.
Yeah.
And
you couldn't do it?
Well, yeah. I
not do
said
that,
look high
Chad?
and look low, and it turns out there aren't any.
Well, we don't pay Chad a lot.
So not a lot.
All right, anyway.
So
this is a real movie.
a real movie. This is the filmmaker's movie.
Well, you know what I mean? It's not a cartoon. Well, I don't mean to denigrate those other high forms. But anyway.
There's a lot of special effects in this one too, but the point is that they're so subtle you don't realize they're special effects.
Be honest.
Alrighty.
Were you looking forward to this movie?
A little bit. I was not buzzed about. By the way, we're reviewing Dunkirk this week. We haven't really made that clear. Dunkirk. So this has been advertised probably more than any non comic book movie this entire summer.
Well, it's got quite a pedigree. Christopher Nolan.
Right, and I'm a big fan of a lot of Christopher Nolan's works, even from back in the days of like Memento. And of course, the Dark Knight trilogy. So he's got.
Okay, no, they're there. Okay, so right there. Okay, he's known for excess. Am I right? I mean, he's not known for brief, tight films. He's known for excess. I think there's a lot of excess and over the top.
Well, I would say Memento is a small, tight film. That's early on though. But now that he's got this success and stuff, like Interstellar, for instance, was this huge undertaking. Yes.
Right, and The Dark Knight and things like that.
Yeah, as they went on, yeah.
My point is that couple that, his penchant for over-the-topness, and the fact that since 1980, war movies have not... I think it started with Apocalypse Now, where, war movies used to tell a story, and they have a narrative, and, and you know about the horrors of war and everything. But around that time... to have cred in a war movie, you really had to show a form of brutality that had never been shown before. You had to show violence depicted in ways that had never, ever been shown before. Right after that, Full Metal Jacket, and in one after another, and then Saving Private Ryan, just more and more and more. So, couple those things together, I was not expecting a tight, elegant story told very efficiently in under 2 hours. I was really not prepared for... I was dreading this movie, and I thought it was very, very good.
So you thought it was going to be in the trenches, blood,
gore.
Oh
my God. I was prepared for... Oh, yeah.
And this really doesn't have that. I don't think it's given away too much here.
No. Well, I mean, the Battle of Dunkirk, we all know. I mean, it's a battle that's not, it's not fiction.
Well, that was one of the things that surprised me when I found out that we were doing this, is that this movie is under 2 hours. And normally this type of film is at least 2.5 hours.
But does it really need to? Because this was perfect.
Actually, I would have liked some more time on here. I think the efficiency, for me, worked against it.
Really?
Yeah, that they kind of jump in almost mid-story. And they give you like a couple of explanations here, like this is what's going on, and then they go right into it.
I liked it.
And I'm like, we're in the middle of the story. And then I think I would have liked anyway some extra narrative about a lot of the characters that they come back to. I'm like, who is this person? For example, name 2 characters.
Well,
name 2 characters. We just saw this movie like within the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Yes, name 2. If you get stuck, I'll give you 1.
Okay, give me 1.
George.
Yeah, George.
Yeah, because they mentioned his name like 1,000 times.
Right.
Yeah, name one other character.
Yeah, but I can tell you what the characters did. I can tell you what they said. I can tell you, I can tell you who played them.
That's great and all. Kenneth Branagh is in it. Yeah, and he's wonderful in it. But I don't think there's enough of these characters for me to really get into the story and really care about them.
I disagree. See, this is one of the things I liked about it, that it didn't go all Spielberg schmaltz. It didn't go all Saving Private Ryan. Somebody needs to do.
But Saving Private Ryan is a fantastic movie.
It's really indulgent.
It's still a fantastic movie.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's indulgent, if it works for that for that story and that director,
it's considered
Steven
the same
Spielberg's
way the
earned
New
the
York
right.
Times. Yes, you're absolutely right.
I'm just saying.
Well, you don't have to get all pissy about it.
I'm not getting pissy.
Well, you seem a little bit pissy about it.
Well, you seem to think
I wasn't
that
trying
takes
to
away from
dethrone
it.
him. I'm just trying to say, just as he's. He is sort of like, as the New York Times is the newspaper of record in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Spielberg is sometimes the film auteur of historical record. When he Lincoln and the Holocaust and various things.
But that's not how he started off. He started off in fantasy.
I knew that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. What's your point?
Well, my point is that he does these films, and it's sort of like, okay, now no one else needs to do a movie about this, because this is the way we're going to remember it historically.
I never got that feeling. I never got that
You
feeling.
don't?
They still make shark movies now after Jaws.
Oh, see, now you're
they
just
made
being
more Jaws
flippant.
movies
You're just
after
being
that.
Flippant now.
No, I'm saying I don't think that once Spielberg covers Lincoln, for instance, that you can't do another Lincoln movie. That's a long enough life and an interesting enough character that you could explore other things. Because Lincoln really should have been called the 13th Amendment.
Okay, we're
That's
completely
really what
off
it's
the
about.
rails.
We're
completely off the rails.
We're completely off the rails.
So he's
we're
fine.
reviewing
Okay,
Dunkirk
all
this
right,
week.
All right, so Spielberg's a fine filmmaker, all right? So, okay,
Right.
all right.
And
all right,
Christopher
all right.
Nolan is an accomplished filmmaker as well.
Yes, I know. And I'm just trying to say that I thought it was nice for somebody else to take on one of these things, is where I'm going, and sort of say, okay, nobody's really explored this like this and said, okay, this is the beginning, middle, and end of this. And you're saying that it didn't satisfy you, that you didn't get a beginning, middle, and end, that you just sort of got a middle and an end.
Right. Even the ending, there probably could have been a little bit more after that as well. I'm just saying there probably could have been 20 minutes of extra narrative of these characters, a little backstory, a little extra human part of it.
What more
and
did you need
there's
to
this
know?
weird time jump where they go back and forth, which I don't
Only
think,
with one character,
which
and that
I
was
don't
weird.
Think, I don't think
No.
it added to the story.
Well, because you know why?
I don't think it added. So I'm like,
We're
wait,
talking about
when
Cillian
are
Murphy,
we?
who is the only he's a real dick, I think. He comes up as a real dick.
Well,
and I
usually
think,
he is in movies.
that's right. And they kind of go back to sort of explain why he's being a little bit of a dick, I think.
I think it's justified.
Because he shows up, I mean, it's no,
Yeah, he's in the
pull him
credits.
out of the freaking water.
Yeah,
and
he's
there he
in-
is.
he's in the
So you
trailer,
know
I
he's
mean.
there. And
Yeah.
and there's some future movie stars in this movie, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns.
Okay, since we're going to pick it apart, I just have one thing. But I like this movie a lot more than you did. And I think
I like this movie.
I think it's Academy Award nominee.
It is.
For
I will say this: it is a
sure.
lesson in filmmaking, like
Yeah.
the way they made this film, like the dog fights and stuff.
Yeah.
And getting up there in the air and being in the cockpit and seeing all that stuff. The way it is filmed,
Yeah.
is amazing.
Hour and 45 minutes. It's perfect.
And very, very tight. Where you're not going to have to spend a whole afternoon in a war movie and get so entrenched that you come out depressed.
They cut all the dance numbers.
They do cut all the dance numbers. But you know what? This one might have needed at least a little dance number to get you into it.
Well,
So,
okay,
but it is
my
tight
only
filmmaking,
plot
it is
point that was
excellent
weird was
filmmaking.
that, okay, so everybody knows the Battle of Dunkirk, how it's all going, and you know that it was aided by civilians. That's not, I'm not giving anything away.
No, that's in the trailer. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
If anything's in the trailer, it's fair game.
Right. So the military people come and they want to use these boats, and Mark Rylance is like, "No, I'm taking my boat," and he takes off with his son and another young man, and I'm like, "Okay, was that really the right thing to do? Wasn't that kind of a stupid thing to do? Why not let?" You took your son and this other young man out in the middle of this thing when you could have just let these soldiers that were right there on the pier that wanted to take your boat. Why was it? It seems very self-righteous and irresponsible for an Academy Award winner.
Maybe you figured, it's my boat, my life.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm
Then
gonna
he
do it
could have
right.
gone out. He didn't need to take the kids.
And I'm saying he knows the boat probably better than anybody else. So he figures
So?
that the best chance of success. And again, we are not told this. We have to guess this for ourselves. Maybe he figured the best chance for success was if he was in charge, because he knows what it can do and what it can't do. And he's got all this experience that some of these newer soldiers that are recruited for World War II. I'm sorry, for might know.
To me, the most important thing in seeing you're sort of like a Hitchcock film. This red on red thing that you're doing, it's very Marty.
Well, you said to wear a tie.
Okay, right, because usually I know.
And you're usually dressed up to the nines, you got your bow tie,
I know.
and you've got your Disney tourist shirt here
I
today.
let you down.
Have you been hitting the gym?
Shut up.
Anyway.
You're an idiot. Where was I?
You were.
The
most talking about
the
Dunkirk.
red.
We're reviewing Dunkirk.
Okay.
You said I'm very coordinated.
Dunkirk. Okay. War for the Planet of the Apes was more bloody than Dunkirk.
Yes, it was.
It's more brutal than Dunkirk.
Yes.
It's harder. The violence is harder to watch than Dunkirk.
Oh, absolutely. I think Dunkirk does an excellent job of building up the tension, though.
I'm saying I like that a lot.
You know the enemy's coming.
That, you saw that people obviously die. Some go, some do, some. But there was nothing gratuitous about it.
No, nothing gratuitous.
You know what I mean? You saw all you
needed. It's a PG-13 movie, I believe. Yeah.
Right. It's a PG-13 movie. I'll go back to my point last week. I don't think War for the Planet of the Apes is a PG-13 movie. I think it's an R movie. I think it's infinite. How weird is that? That it's infinitely more brutal and bloody than Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk.
Well, like you said, this is a designed to be reserved movie. He's the writer, he's the director, he's the producer.
Restrained.
This is the movie that he wanted to make. Yeah, and it is a restrained movie.
It's like if John Ford were making movies now with this kind of technology, you might... This kind of film.
And if War of the Planet of the Apes had been all humans, if it had just been like War for the Planet, if those had been humans that were being brutalized,
it would have been an R.
It might have been an R, yeah.
And I think that's weird.
It is interesting.
That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, yeah. So don't get me wrong. This is a good movie.
I think people are thinking, I don't want to see that because they're thinking, I don't want to live through that. They're thinking, I know this is true. I know that there are people like, oh Jesus,
yeah, some World War
I don't do war movies.
Like the Brad Pitt tank movie that was out a year or two ago.
Right.
That's a tough movie to sit through.
Yeah,
that's brutal.
Right.
Yeah. So sorry about that technical difficulties. We'll do a little wipe. Swipe there.
Chad.
Our new intern. Chad.
Although it's not good to blame him in the whole thing.
I'm going to blame him anyway. Sit down.
See,
I swear to God.
I think this is what makes him nervous, though. So why this happened? But anyway, we were talking about we've never had a glitch in almost 40 shows.
Almost 40 shows now. We haven't had a glitch.
Chad.
So
anyway, so
that's one. You get one. Anyway, sorry.
I can't protect you every time. So what we're saying is that I think we both maybe appreciated the movie more than we loved it, but we still highly recommend it. It's you're going to like it much more than you thought. It's not going to be as gory or as hideous as you thought, and it's an engaging story.
Yeah, it's more of a return to the classic John Wayne type of World War II movie.
It's for grown-ups,
right.
And so we recommend it.
Definitely. Yeah.
He just didn't cry enough, I guess. There was,
I would have liked to have cared a little bit more about the characters. That's all I'm saying. I would have liked a little more explanation, a little more backstory, a little more heart. This is a very technical film.
But smooth. Another reason to see it is to see the preview for Justice League.
That's right, Justice League coming out. I'm not that excited. I'm more excited because of Wonder Woman, but I'm not that excited still about the film. Just Batman, Superman.
So you thinking she's going to save this whole DC universe? Because that's putting a lot on
now they're
Wonder Woman.
They're splitting that pie like 6 ways. She's only going to be able to carry so much. So.
But you're right. I mean, they have put out nothing but really pretty bad movies, and this one. So there's.
Right. Like Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, so, and then Wonder Woman. So maybe it's balancing back up. Is it enough to turn that teetering rig back on wheels, or is it going to flip over?
I'm sorry that Aquaman is not going to look like Tab Hunter in tights.
You prefer the old tight blonde?
Yeah.
Well, this is Khal Drogo. He's got these flowing locks and these ripping muscles and all these tattoos, I think. Yeah.
Still, I just think it would have been hot.
Well, maybe when he gets his own spin-off or something.
I don't know. I will see. It's too many of these comic. You know what? They're gonna kill it. They're just gonna kill it. They won't be satisfied until this genre is like a baby underwater.
Until there's no more money to get out of it. But people are still paying to see Fast and Furious movies. There's like 8 of them now. As long as that cow's wanting to get milk, they'll keep squeezing those udders.
Okay.
You like that? Man, me like that? Shut up, Chad. No one asked you. You hired him. I was not part of that process.
I like Chad. So the thing is this, is that go see this movie, and there's not that much else coming out this summer that's really that worthwhile. But
if something does come up, something that we think is worth...
Yeah,
Detroit. That's a serious movie. Yeah, it might be another grown-up movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we think it's worthy of reviewing here, we'll bring it here, and we'll let you know if you should spend your money or not. Well, thank you for watching. I'm Tony.
I'm Louie.
And this has been Talking During the Movie. That had better have worked.
Chad, we'll get such a beating.
Yes!
All right.